What's going on, Rovers? It's Mr. Shalot back with another video. Today's lesson is going to be the first day of a multiple week project that we're going to be working on called our puzzle cube. What we're going to do is take these blocks that I either sent home with you or picked up for the remote students that are at home. Okay, we are going to be designing and figuring out all the different combinations for up to 6 of these cubes. All right, so we're going to start off today with 1 cube, work up to 2, 3, and then we'll get into more as the block goes on here. All right, so we're going to start off with 1 cube today. I'm going to slide these out of the way. All right, slide my paper down better into view for you. All right, and what we're going to do with the cube is we're going to try and draw this cube, okay, on our ISO paper. Now, we have drawn several drawings on ISO paper. We're very familiar with how this paper works. Okay, when we look at it, we have our 30-degree lines that go back, all right, and our vertical lines straight up and down. So we have to try and represent this cube, all right, over here on our grid paper. What I would like you to do, all right, when you look over here at the solid black line, we're actually going to draw 2 lines in. So 1, 2, make sure you're going to be on this line when we start, all right? So when I'm going to draw this cube, and I'll slide this up off the paper so it's out of my way here, all right? I'm going to come over 2 lines, 1, 2, and picking a point here, it doesn't have to be anything specific, all right? I'm going to make a dot, all right? Now, the dots that I make on the camera here are going to be pretty big. Yours should be super small, okay? Super light, should barely be able to see them, but just for the camera, when I hold this up, I want to make them dark enough. Do not make them like I made this. It should be really, really light on your paper, okay? This is way too big. Don't do this, all right? Super, super light, all right? Now, when we're going to draw this, and we're looking at the cube here, all right? This cube, all right, comes down 1 block, all right? The width is 1 block, and the depth is 1 block. So from where we are at, okay, I am going to come down straight 1 block, all right? And then from where I'm at, I also need to go up, which is going to be my depth in this direction, 1 block. And I'm also going to go down to the right here, 1 block, all right? So let me go ahead and do that real light on the drawing here. Okay, so as we start to see this thing form, all right, it's coming down in this direction. Let's rotate this cube a little bit, all right. This block right here is actually going to be this side, which is our what side? Front side, okay. So the front side of our object, this is going to be the right side of our object, and up here is going to be the top, all right. So you should start to see that block forming, okay. You want to make your lines nice and light, and then darken them in once you know you have them correctly. I would suggest using something nice and straight, okay, whether that's a ruler, side of a notebook, anything that you have lying around that's flat, your IED, anything that's straight. Do not freestyle these lines, okay, because we want them to look nice and crisp when we're done, all right? So as I'm going to do this, I'm going to make sure that I'm making everything nice and light, okay, till I know it's correct. Okay, we'll hold that up to the camera so we can see. All right, we started off with our original first point. Again, this should not be dark. All right, it should be nice and light for you. All right, and we went down a block in each direction, and then off of those points, we created that 1 block cube. All right, now once you have it, you're going to come in and darken these lines in, okay? 1 pass with the pencil, okay? It should not be jagged lines. Everything's real nice and straight. Okay, you can go ahead and darken all of those lines of your cube in. Okay, so go ahead and do that now. I'll do it on mine in pen. Just so it shows up well in the video, you should not be using pen. Okay, make sure you're using a ruler of some sort so you have nice straight lines. But for the camera, it will show up better in pen. Right. Now, right above that, you're going to write, okay, real nice lettering, 1 block. Because that's our 1 block solution, all right? And then we're going to do 2, and then we're going to do 3. We're all going to go right down in a row, all right? Now, what I'm going to introduce to you at this point is what we call tonal shading. Tonal shading, when you're looking at your objects, all right, you have to have 3 different colors of shading on this 1 block that we have, all right? Now, your 3 colors are going to be all done with your pencil, all right? So you only have 1 color, but you have to get 3 different shades. So what you have to pick is, of the 3 sides that we have our top, our front, and our right. Of those 3 sides, you have to darken one in. You don't have to kill your pencil, but you have to make it pretty dark. Then one side is going to be light gray, and then the third side is going to be white, all right? So as I'm doing this, you can pick any color combination that you want here, all right? So let's say that I'm going to leave the top of mine white, but this side, I'm going to come in, and I'm going to darken that in, okay? Make sure I get all the sides. Notice I'm not killing my pencil, all right? But I am pressing firmly, and I've darkened it in. Now, as I've done that, okay, I have used all vertical strokes, straight up and down, straight up and down, straight up and down. All right, I'm too far away from the camera right now, but I got to get in there and get these edges too. All right, but all of my strokes on this were straight up and down, and I pressed pretty firmly with the pencil. Okay, so it did give me this darker gray, not pitch gray. Okay, you don't need to kill your pencil. But then on this one, when I go to do this, I'm going to do this super light. But when I do it, I'm going to make my strokes go in this direction. Okay, so I'm going in a different direction. These were all vertical. Okay, in this scenario, I'm going to go the opposite way. But I'm going to make it light. Okay, so as I go to do this, I'll come across, make sure I'm coloring the whole thing in. Right. And when we look at this, okay, we have a dark side, a lighter side, and then white. All right. So I don't know how well that's showing up on camera, but you should see 3 different colors. Okay. One should be significantly darker than the other. All right. Now we're going to move on to our 2 block selection. So as we take our cube, all right, we're now going to slide in cube number 2. All right. So it's going to end up looking something like this. When we go to do this, it's got to come down 2 blocks. So when we set up our first line, we're going to come over here, make sure we're leaving ourselves enough room. Okay. So I'm going to come over here, and I'll pick a spot. Okay. And again, I'm going to put a pretty big dot on mine, just so you guys can see where I'm starting. Okay. So we're right here. Okay. We're right here. With that, looking at our cube, which is coming down, all right, from that spot, height-wise, it comes down 1 block. So from where I'm at, I'm going to come down 1 block. Okay, go ahead and do that on yours. Now that I have that vertical line, okay, from this point, it comes down 2 blocks, and from this point, it comes down 2 blocks. So from where I'm at, I need to come down 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so we're going to do that on our drawing. Just like our cubes, we're going to come down 2 blocks. All right, so there's our front view forming. Okay, there's our front view. This whole side is that side. Okay, now if you want, you can work on the top. So if we're at that point, we got to go back how far? Well, we start here, and I come across, that's one block. Okay, one block. So from there, I'm going to go back one, then I got to come down two. So as we do that, you'll start to see the top form. Go ahead and pause the video. Rewind if you missed something. Okay, but that gives us our top view. And then lastly, we're going to finish this off. We'll slide this back into view so we can see. We have our front view over here. It's one block. We're up here at the top corner. It comes down one block. Okay, top corner, down one block, and you should see that front view. I'm sorry, right side view for me. Okay, once you see it, you got it a real light. This is way too dark right now. I'm just doing it so the camera shows. Okay, you have it real light, and then you're going to go ahead and darken it in with your pencil. Make sure you're using a ruler. Get those lines nice and straight. I'm going to darken it in with a pen just so we can see it. Looking good. Now, we're going to hit that with some shading. Okay, same thing. I'm going to leave the top white. I'm going to hit this side. I'm going to darken it in real good. Okay, so press real firm with my pencil. Okay, I want to make sure I get every little nook and cranny. All right, shouldn't see any white. Darken it in real well, all vertical lines. Remember, we're shading, we're not coloring. Okay, all vertical lines. And then once you have that, we're going to go the opposite way, nice and light. Okay, get that variation of color. Like so, 3 different colors. Okay, top is white, one side's dark. Now, yours doesn't, like yours, your top could be dark. This side be white, this side be light. This could be white, this could be light. This could be white, this could be the light color, and that could be the dark color. It's however you want to do it, okay? You don't have to model mine. Now, what's important to understand is, and you don't have to draw the one I'm about to draw right now, but some of these look exactly the same, okay? So that shape there, and that shape there, and that shape there, they are all the same shape, okay? You're only allowed to draw each combination one time. So when I went to draw this particular one here, okay, I could have drawn it a different way. So don't draw this, but I just want to show you, okay? If I would have started here and came down let me get them sketched here and then I'll explain what I'm doing. Okay, so rough sketches here. These 3 shapes are exactly the same shape, okay? We could very easily come in, all right, and I could darken one side I can make one side real light. All right. And this side's white over here. So as we're doing this, understand that this shape, and this shape are the same thing. So as we start doing more and more combinations, I don't want you to draw these two right now. Don't draw them. As we start doing more and more combinations and we start bringing other blocks into the fold, okay? You can't draw the same combination more than once. These are all the same shape, okay? So as we work our way down here, we'll go ahead and call that 2 blocks. Now we're ready to shift into 3 blocks, all right? So we take our blocks that we currently have, and I'm going to bring in my next block, all right? So I got to draw this shape, all right? You guys should already be able to figure this one out, all right, based off of what we did. We're just adding an extra one at this point, okay? Again, so I'll come in. Make sure you leave yourself enough room. Some of these shapes get a little big, okay? I'm going to come in. I'll make a big dot just so I have it. I need to go back 1. I need to go down 3. Okay, we could see the shape forming. We can go ahead and darken that in with pen once you have the right solution. All right. All right, you're doing yours with pencil, okay? I'm just kind of rushing this along because we're already 17 minutes into the video, all right? But again, then I could come in and I could label this, okay? 3 blocks. 3 blocks, all right? We'll go ahead and do some shading. All vertical lines. Make sure you get every nook and cranny. Don't leave any white. All right. And then with this one, we'll go nice and light, going in this direction. Okay. So far, so good. So here we have our 3 blocks, but we need to know what other combinations can we get with the 3 block. Well, when I take this block away, all right, and I put it up top here, that's one solution. That's a solution. That's a solution. That's a solution. That's a solution. And that's a solution. Okay? So all of the ones I just showed you, they're exactly the same shape. All right? How you lay these out, okay? I want you to lay these down in the best orientation possible for the type of drawing that you're creating. All right? So since we have the ability here on the video, I can move these around and figure out, all right, what would be the best way for that to appear on the paper? And more than likely, okay, something like that is going to be our best front view. All right? When we're looking at this shape, that's probably the best orientation of the shape. So in order to draw that, okay, we're going to start just like we started over here, okay? So we'll come over, and I'm going to make a dot, okay? And I'm going to make that dot pretty big just so it shows up on camera, all right? This dot is that dot right there, okay? From that spot, I need to go down 1 block, but I need to go back 2 blocks. So from this spot, I'm going to go down 1, but I'm going to go back 2. Okay? So I went down 1, back 2, and I need to go to the right 1 block. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. Okay? Since we know we have a 1 block square, we could go ahead and finish off just that 1 square there since we already see it. All right? So this block right now is that block right there. Okay? We can start to see our top forming we went back 2 blocks. Once we get to there, okay, back 2 blocks. From there, I need to go down 1, 2, okay? So I'm going to come down 2 blocks. All right, and then once you have it, I need to go over 1, back 1. So from here, I'm going to go over 1. Okay, and we got to go back 1. And you could start to see this L forming here. We can go ahead and finish that off. All right, there's our top. Okay, you can pick and choose what you want to draw next. Here we have these 2 blocks here in the front. Let's draw them in. All right. And then lastly, we have this block over here on the right. Okay. Looking good. Looking real good. Okay. So we can go ahead and start darkening things in. Okay, there's our shape. Now we got to add some color. All right, this is where the shading really helps. So far we've made the front view, we've made that our darkest side. So on here I'm going to come in, make sure I darken this in real well. Okay, front view, this gets nice and dark. All right. Top we're going to leave white, but looking at it from the right, I need to make these nice and light. So I'm going to go ahead and make that a nice light gray. All right, and there's our 3 colors. We have our dark side, our light side, and then our white side. We have 3 different colors. All right, so for 3 blocks, we only have 2 solutions. We have this solution and we have this solution, because that one is also that one and that one and that one. If you can rotate the cube to get it, that's all the solutions that you have. So on your sheet, what I would like you to do, all right, is up here close to the number 2. Leave yourself however many blocks you left here, 1, 2, skip over 2 blocks, and then wherever you're at. So if this is my longest block, I'm going to come over and okay, follow that up. And from there, you're going to draw a nice straight line all the way down. I'll do it in pen so it shows up on the camera. Make sure you're using something straight to draw your line. I'm going to bring that all the way down. Okay? So we're just dividing the page up into equal sections, all right? And we got the 1 blocks done. We got the 2 blocks done, and then the 3 block, we got all of those combinations. All right. So now we're going to move into the 4 block. The 4 block is going to be your classroom demo. Okay, so you're going to submit this demo to me today. Okay, this is due today. Then the homework, that won't be due until Sunday. So I'm giving you a lot of time to work on this. You'll have today in class and tomorrow in class to work on this, all right? So you're going to have a couple days. If you're watching this video later, I'm going to have to change the dates, all right? But 2 days of class time, and if it butts up with the weekend, that's what we're going to use, all right? So next you're going to come over here, all right? We're going to label this 4 blocks. When you go to do your 4 block solutions, all right, I'm going to tell you that you cannot make any of your shapes exceed 3 blocks, okay? So even though we are doing the 4 block solutions, this is not an acceptable shape. This is not, okay? So you can't make any shape 4 blocks long. Because when we bring in the 5 and 6 blocks, because I'm going to have you do the 5 and 6 blocks for homework, okay? When you do a 5-block solution, that is not going to be an acceptable answer, okay? All of your solutions can only be a max of 3. So this would be okay for a 5-block solution, okay? But this would not be, because it's 4 on the length. In every direction, you can only go 3 blocks. 3 blocks is our max, okay? That's the stipulation to keep the number of choices and solutions down, okay? So what you're going to do is we're going to start off, all right, and you guys are going to draw the 4-block solutions right now, okay? So if I have 4 blocks, okay, I could give you a solution and say, you know what, this is one of them, okay? Well, that's the same as this, okay? It's the same as this. It's the same as this. If you're able to take that shape and rotate it around to get that same shape, that only counts as 1, okay? So you can't draw, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. That doesn't work, okay? Because they are the same solution. I'm going to tell you there are, all right, so if this is a solution, that's 1, and that's a solution, okay? If you love Tetris, this is for you, okay? This is you right now. You're going to love this, all right? You have to find all the solutions for 4-block. For 4-block solutions, there are 7 solutions. You got to find all 7 and then submit that to me for classroom as the demo for today, okay? So all of the 4-block solutions, you're just going to snap a picture of this worksheet when you're done, okay? And you'll have all 7 of your shapes coming down here. If you make any mistakes, you can just start a new column and redraw them, okay? So if you make mistakes, not a big deal, okay? Just go on, redraw them. These should be nice and clean, okay? 3 different color shading, all right? Make sure you're getting your shades on there. Today's demo is 4 blocks, okay? So this is not a good one. This one, this is another. There's a total of 7, okay? So you're looking for 7 solutions. For homework, I'll explain the homework. You're going to have a couple days to do this because it's a lot of thinking, okay? And that's why you have the blocks in front of you. You need to come up with all the solutions for 5 and for 6 blocks, okay? So for 4, there was 7 solutions. For 5, there is 25 solutions. In order to get credit for this solution, for this assignment, you have to have 20, okay? The highest that's ever been turned into me has been 25 solutions, okay? And they were all unique. If you can beat 25, I will give you extra credit. But in order to get full credit for this assignment for number 5, you have to have 20 solutions. Then you're going to do 6 blocks, okay? So you'll add in the 6th block. For 6 block, there's a total of 31 solutions. 31 solutions. And for 6 blocks, I need a minimum of 25 as your submission, okay? So when you turn in your solutions, for 5, you have to have a minimum of 20. And for 6, you have to have a minimum of 25 solutions, okay? That's a lot of drawing, all right? A lot of different solutions. That's why I want to make sure you have plenty of time. Make sure you're using your shading. Things will get extremely confusing, and you won't be able to look at your shapes, okay? One thing you can't do is when you're doing these blocks, don't come in and draw every line. It will be a mess, okay? If I came in and did this all over the shape, it would be a disaster. Please do not do every single block, okay? Leave your sides as a full side. You don't need to draw every single line. But just to go over it again, okay? For number 5, for the 5 solutions, okay? When you have 5 blocks, there are 25 of them. In order for you to get credit for this assignment, you have to have 20. Then you're going to do for 6 block solutions. The most I've ever seen is 31 solutions. In order to get full credit for yours, you have to give me 25. So I'm not even asking you to get them all. I would like you to get them all, but I know when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, it becomes difficult to try and figure out what they are. Please remember, when you're doing your 6-block solutions, okay, this would not be an acceptable answer because it is 4 on the length. This is an acceptable answer, okay? This is an acceptable answer. This would be an acceptable answer. But this is not an acceptable answer, okay? Please keep that in mind when you're working on your assignment, all right? Good luck, and I'm looking forward to seeing your solutions. Take care.